Well, hey, thank you for joining me. We are going to go over the Mirror Your Brilliance Personal Brand Quick Action Plan. This was a presentation that was originally for Tim Grover's Down and Dirty Mastermind in August of 2020. Tim is the author of Relentless and an amazing mindset coach. So I just wanted to say thank you to them for allowing me to present. Also, I collaborated with Kevin Bruins, who was also in that group. He's an excellent resource for copywriting and audience development. So if you have any questions around those things, he can help you out as well. All right, let's get to it. The personal brand quick action plan. So this is not the steps of the quick action plan. We'll get into that in just a minute. This is the backdrop. So this is how I suggest you proceed with this. You prioritize action. Okay. Business online moves fast and you have to as well. You want to get your brand basics together and get it out there, and consider building out your personal brand as a dance with your best clients, where you are going to learn some new moves in the process of dancing with them. And of course, I'm going to say use video, lots and lots of video, because that is the best way to build know, like, and trust, which is the whole purpose of building out a personal brand. Another good slide for background. If you don't really understand where the online space is going for individuals who are the face of their business, this video is required. It's called How to Take Full Advantage of the Internet in 2020. And there's a link here, which I know you can't click if you're watching a video, but just Google Gary Vaynerchuk, How to Take Full Advantage of the Internet in 2020, and watch that. It's an excellent overview. This is the basic model for what you're going to be up to and why you would want to do it. So there's an audience of people out there, and you're going to create content and experiences that they see themselves in. And so it will draw your people through to you, through awareness, interest, engagement, and action. You will find the people, they will find you, and they will become happy clients. That is the ideal outcome, correct? There is another way of doing this where even if you don't want to create courses, or you don't want to have one-on-one clients, or you don't even necessarily want to interact individually with people much at all, the other model is you can just create content that generates a lot of traffic, and then you monetize the traffic basically, so that the people who are participating with your online experience don't ever pay you any money, but advertisers do, affiliates do. And then often what we see is a combination where we have online platforms where they have a lot of traffic, and they've also created a course or some sort of membership site to monetize that as well. So it's not either or, it is, it can be both. So what are the different ways you do monetize online? Well, once again, you get traffic going, and you can provide group coaching, DIY courses, membership subscriptions, books, electronic products, affiliate advertising, speaking, and joint ventures. There's a lot of different things you can do once you start to draw the right people to you, and quite a few of them. So this is for you if you're a coach, consultant, trusted expert, somebody who wants to build thought leadership, and you're curious about scaling beyond one-to-one work. There are two things that will help you succeed in monetizing your expertise faster. One is, do you have a track record of success and a network, in your local town, in your local, like we call it the 3D world, where you actually are? And do you still love what you do? If you have those two things, and many midlife people do, then you're pretty golden to give this a whirl, to expand beyond just what you've been doing locally. Here's the tricky thing though. Do you want to spend weeks on process, thinking big thoughts about your values, and crafting a mission statement for your personal brand? Are you used to spending a lot of time on process and churn? If that's the case, this is not for you, because like I said, the whole name of the game online is get it out there and just start trying things. There's a saying that says, if you wait until you're ready, it's too late. And that really kind of is true online. Okay, let's get to the quick action plan. 5 steps, basically. Be sure that you know what you're building is really what you want to be doing. Get clear on your audience and what you do for them. And then what parts of you are you going to bring out to your brand because people don't want to see every single facet of who you are, believe me. Even though it may seem like people are sharing at that level sometimes online, you do want to be choosy. For brand your program, not just yourself and your business, but you want to brand your program. What is your offering if you're going to create one? And then build an email and a text list. So this is know thyself. So often we are, so much of what we do sometimes is based upon what we were told when we were younger, what we got approval for, what made people around us happy, what made us accepted, what made us honestly succeed or achieve. All those things get baked into us. And then we start to think, okay, that's what I'm good at, so I should go out and do more of that. Well, the challenge is we are multifaceted beings, and often what we're good at is not really what feeds us. But it's hard to even know that especially once you get to midlife, because if you've done it your whole life and you're good at it, then of course, why wouldn't you do more of that, correct? So here is a tool. The Kolbe test is really interesting. It measures your instinctive response to different kinds of tasks. And then it will give you a visual representation of what kinds of things you should be spending your time on. So I found this life-changing because it gave me permission to say, oh, I guess I really am not, it's not just that I'm, getting older or I have less patience anymore. I am not a detail-oriented person. I don't like dealing with lots of administrative details, keeping track of details. It's not my thing. And here I was creating a business that was around launching courses, and launching courses are two very detail-oriented things. So I knew that to continue to do that, I either needed to hire that out or change what I was up to, right? So that is one example. So be sure that your offers are in alignment with your instinctual things that bring you joy, because if not, you're going to burn out after a while. Number two, you want to get clear and quickly get your first iteration of this out. I do X for certain people so that they can be, do, and feel a certain way. And think more about the values of your audience. It's not just it could be gender or age, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And that's where I think a lot of us get stuck, is like, oh, how do I narrow down? I mean, I know I want to help women. I know, women between 40 and 55, and we try to narrow this down, but still it's like you're out there in this sea of content out there and it's still not reaching people. Think about your ideal client from the prospect of values. Start to create content around that, and I believe that you will see a difference. All right, number three, you do you, but for them. So identify how you're different and in ways that are true to you and that your people care about. They don't necessarily want to know every single thing about your personal life. And although it may seem like some people online share all those things, you're still just seeing the part that they know resonates with their target audience. Okay, so your personal brand is not about you. It's about how you make other people feel. And so you do need to, there's a saying out there that says IDGAF muscle, I don't give a F muscle. Well, in this context, you do need to give a F about what your people think about you. You don't want to give an F about what internet trolls or people who don't wish you well or people who are jealous of you, all those people who are not your people, you don't care about them. But you do need to care about your people online. So think about this, anytime you're going to put some content out there or a new program, why should they care? It's about how you make other people feel when they interact with your brand. And Kevin had a client blueprint in this presentation. If you have any more questions about that, you could check out his contact information at the end of this one. So here's a quick example that provides a little intro to me. So this is you see typical example of something like this online so much. It looks like I cut and pasted it from my 1990 resume. Well, hi, I'm Kayla. I help midlife achievers use video so they can scale brand impact and wealth. And actually that's changed, but this is an example. So my degree and background is in marketing. I have over 15 years experience, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not very differentiated or exciting. How about this? I'm Kayla. I'm a writer and internet marketer who does know how to spell, who helps thought leaders build online audience to scale impact and wealth. Then what you want to do when you're talking about your brand is include some what I call tell me more stories and photos that let people know that you share their values. So here somebody's seeing a picture like that, they're like, oh my gosh, she's shooting video out in the middle of a bunch of sheep. What's that about? So you do tell me more stories. They're the salt for your how-to and your relational content. So use some pictures that show who you are, show your values outside of just your professional, LinkedIn, walking into a board meeting persona, right? So think about your stories that your audience would find interesting. So for this presentation, for this audience, D&D is full of high achieving, ambitious, very cool people who have a high capacity for risk. And I thought, well, they would find value in some of these stories. And I wanted to show up in front of that group as something, this is the stuff that makes me different, right? Independence, capacity for risk, and I'm very resilient. Okay. So that gets into a little bit about your balance of content. Content is a whole other discussion, but you want to think, most of your content is not about you. It's really, there's a little bit of how-to content to show your expertise, but then a lot of it's just story-based. And you can tell stories and you can create characters based on things people that you know or have met, or a combination of people that you've known or met. You can create stories that are to make a point to your audience. And again, if you have any more questions about content, this is something we cover in my mastermind quite a bit. So check us out over there. All right, we're on step 4 of the brand action plan. You want to brand your program. Whatever you're going to offer your audience, you want to brand it as, even if what you're doing or teaching or saying is very similar to what somebody else does, nobody does it like you. And so you want to be sure that you give it a name, a method. I had the Mirror Your Brilliance on Video method for a while. Now it's in my mastermind, but it was a course and teaching people how to batch and shoot video. There are courses that are similar to that out there, but none of them is exactly like mine. And that is my method, right? So here's a paragliding group who they have different courses you can take that are based on your level of expertise and what you want to get out of it. And they've given it this cool different naming, different colors. Then this is Alex Klein. She's created an acronym around the word EDGE and environment, don't think, glimpse, and excuses. Also, she niches on ex-athletes, which I think is a really smart idea. 5, build your email list. Okay. And in your email list, as you build it, when people join your email list, you want to be sure you have what's called a nurture series, which is 3 or 4 emails that once again help them get to know you better and reinforce to them that you guys share values. If you do that, your open rate will definitely benefit going forward. And again, it's a strategy. We don't have time to cover it. We cover it in the Visibility Velocity Mastermind. This is a great tool. Just Google the term personal branding canvas and some things will come up. And this will help you work out the different components of your personal brand. Now, this is why I started with video. I still do video. I don't just talk about video anymore because it's really not, it is something that we need to be doing. And so I talk to the people who get that and we're just moving on. But this is why. This is 2018, and I'm sure this is even like more exponential. In this is a video view growth on Facebook and YouTube by genre. All right. Now, obviously on YouTube, which is light blue, in terms of number of videos, there are more entertainment videos on YouTube than there are business videos. These numbers are around growth, percentage growth. So over there on Facebook, 50% growth in business type videos. And I believe that's because LinkedIn has been a dinosaur around adopting video and letting people do video, and they still hold it hostage. So at any rate, that's why, YouTube or Facebook is basically taking over, and YouTube's not far behind in the business video category. Okay. But anyway, this is just shows the power of and the growth in video content. And here's a bonus slide for you guys how to simplify video. You can take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to read it to you. And the other thing that you can do if you're interested is, like I mentioned, the Visibility Velocity Mastermind. I need to just start calling it the VVOOM Mastermind, because saying that is giving me, it's like a tongue twister. It's in there's a marketing, there's a resource vault in that mastermind, and it includes access to the course that teaches you how to do all that, how to batch create amazing marketing videos. Okay, so if you have any questions around this quick and dirty, short, what did we call it? Personal brand, quick action plan. Here's my contact info. Check out my collaborator on this presentation, Kevin. He's a great copywriter and really cool guy too as well. So I'm here for you if you have any questions. If you want to get more information, here's my homepage. It's Mirror Your Brilliance on video. It can just mirroryourbrilliance.com also works. And there's information on the mastermind. And you can also sign up to I'm sending out weekly updates as to what's going on in the mastermind all this year. This is my focus. This is it for 2021. I'm building out and monetizing my brand as an author and a thought leader. I did a ton of different things last year and learned a bunch. And in fact, I've been doing lots of different things for about 5 years now. And I'm very excited that it's like, oh, this is why all that was coming together. So this is my main focus for this year. And it's this unique opportunity to work side by side with some other very cool entrepreneurs, the kind of people that I want to be helping. And we're figuring out this together. So if building your online audience, growing an online audience so that you can scale your impact is on, and your wealth, honestly, if we get this right, is on your radar screen, I invite you to check this out and join us. Thanks. Bye.